91. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Psalm 91, and we'll begin reading at verse 1. 91 and 1. This is last day stuff that we are reading about. Show you again, the Lord is going to have his angels around those that fear him. Psalm chapter 91, and we'll begin reading at verse 1. 91 and 1. Okay, go ahead and read.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
You know, what the Lord is going to do is, he's going to deliver his church to the wilderness. That he's going to do just before a period of time known as the Great Tribulation. And the Lord is going to have his angels there to keep his servants protected. Go ahead and read on.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress.
Go ahead.
My God, in him will I trust.
Go ahead and read.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
You better say the Lord is going to deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and even from the noisome pestilence. Go ahead and read.
He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust.
Go ahead.
His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Go ahead and read.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
You know, all this stuff going to be going on around his servant. Because where the place of safety is, it is right there in the midst of where all the trouble will be. But the Lord is going to deliver his servants like he delivered Israel when he plagued Egypt, right? Because, you know, Israel was there in Egypt. You know, they was in a little area known as Goshen. Mm-hmm. But then all these plagues was going on around Israel, but then none of them come near them. Only did they come up against Pharaoh and his servants. Go ahead and read on.
Verse 6.
Go ahead.
Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness.
Go ahead.
Nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
See what I say? You ain't got to worry about nothing. The terror that flieth at night, the pestilence that walketh in darkness, and the destruction that happeneth at noonday. Go ahead and read on.
1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand.
Go ahead.
But it shall not come nigh thee.
See what I say? All this stuff going on around you, but it said it will not come near you. And I'm going to show you how it is that the Lord going to keep it from coming near you. Go ahead and read on.
Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Now he said, because you have made the Lord, the Most High, your habitation. In other words, you have been faithful in serving God. Therefore, he's going to have his angels to protect you. Go ahead and read on.
For he shall give his angels charge over thee.
See what I say? He will give his angels charge over thee. Go ahead and read on.
To keep thee in all thy ways.
To keep thee in all thy ways. Now, this end time stuff, this is what will be going on when the Lord have his people in the place of safety. Let's go and look at another thing. And let's go to Daniel chapter 10, and we'll pick it up at verse 1. Daniel 10, and we'll begin at verse 1. 10 and 1. 10 and 1. Okay. Go ahead and read.
In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. And the thing was true, but the time appointed was long. And he understood the thing and had understanding of the vision.
Go ahead.
In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth. Neither did I anoint myself at all, till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled.
No, he said he fasted for 3 weeks. Go ahead and read.
And in the 24th day of the 1st month, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Hiddekai,
go ahead.
Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen.
Now this wasn't a man, like we think of a man. You know, this was an angel here that we are looking at right here. Because notice the appearance of him. Go ahead and read on.
Whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body also was like the beryl.
Go ahead.
And his face as the appearance of lightning.
And his face was that. This lets you know you ain't dealing with some mere man here. You're dealing with a spirit being here. And it is an angel. And it is a good angel here, probably Gabriel. Go ahead and read on.
And his eyes as lamps of fire,
Uh-huh.
and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass,
Go ahead.
and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude.
And his voice was real loud like the voice of a multitude. Skip down to verse 10 and continue reading.
And behold, an hand touched me,
Go ahead.
which set me upon my knees and upon the palms of my hands.
He was saying, a hand touched me, and it said, set me up on my knees and the palms of my hand. Go ahead, read.
And he said unto me,
Uh-huh.
O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee,
Uh-huh.
and stand upright.
Go ahead.
For unto thee am I now sent.
Uh-huh.
And when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling.
Go ahead.
Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand and to chasten thyself before thy God,
Uh-huh.
thy words were heard,
Go
and
ahead.
I am come for thy words.
So now this is what the angel said. He said, from the first day that you set yourself to chasten yourself, your words were heard, and now I have come for your words. Go ahead and read on.
But the prince of the kingdom of Persia
Notice what he
withstood
said,
me.
but the prince of the kingdom of Persia. This ain't talking about some mere man here. You know, it's talking about Satan here. That's who this is, because he is the prince of all of the kingdoms. So now he said, but the prince of the kingdom of Persia have withstood me. Go ahead and read on.
1 and 20 days.
He have withstood me for 21 days. Go ahead and read.
But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me.
Notice what he said, but Michael, one of the chief princes, he came to help me. Who is this prince of Persia here? It is Satan. That's who he is.
Sir.
And he said, Michael, one of the chief princes, he came to help me. This is what the angel is saying now. He's saying that Satan withstood him 21 days. But Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help him. Go ahead and read on.
And I remained there with the kings of Persia.
And he said he remained there with the kings of Persia. So now, this Michael, this same one that threw Satan out. We just got 2 more places to go, and that's it. First, let's go to the 12th chapter of Daniel and read verse 1. Daniel 12 and verse 1. 12 and 1. 12 and 1. Lord used Michael to deal on Satan when he cast him out, and he's going to use Michael again to deal on Satan. That's really who that was that he was dealing on when it said Michael, the chief prince, came to help him. Let's start reading at 12 and 1. Go ahead and read.
And at that time shall Michael stand up,
Uh-huh.
the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
That's end time stuff that we are reading about here. And he said, Michael will stand up, the great prince that standeth for the children of thy people. Go ahead and read.
And there shall be a time of trouble,
Uh-huh.
such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Uh-huh.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Now we know this is end time because Matthew 24th chapter tell us that. So now we know we are dealing with the end time here, and it is saying that Michael, the chief prince, he going to stand up at that time.
Sir.
Show you how he going to deal again on Satan. Let's go now to Revelation chapter 20, and we'll begin reading at verse 1, and this will be last. Revelation chapter 20, and we'll pick it up at verse 1. 20 and 1. Okay, go ahead and read.
And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
Now
and
this is at the return of the Lord. Here, you read the 19th chapter, it will tell you that. So now and then he said, I saw an angel come down from heaven and having the key to the bottomless pit. Go ahead and read.
and a great chain in his hand.
Uh-huh.
And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan.
Notice what he did. He laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, and look at what he did with him. Go ahead and read.
And bound him 1,000 years.
And bound him up for 1,000 years. So now, I guarantee you, this is Michael here. Because every time you look at some angel dealing on Satan, it is always Michael.
Sir.
Because Gabriel couldn't deal with Satan. Michael had to come and help him because Satan had held up Gabriel for 21 days. So now, again, we got an angel here that's going to deal on an angel. A good angel that's going to deal on the evil angel. Go ahead and read on.
And cast him into the bottomless pit.
Go ahead.
And shut him up. And set a seal upon him.
And notice what he did. We cast him into the bottom of this pit and shut him up and set a seal on him. Go ahead and read up.
that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
Go ahead.
And after that he must be loosed a little season.
Now he's going to shut him up. And this got to be Michael here, because he is the angel that deals against Satan. He is the warrior. Let's skip down to verse 7 here.